All right, hey guys. So I'm sorry I can't be here today, but I wanted to give you as much information as possible so you could do some good work on your Pachakachas. Um, Remember, if you have any basic questions about what a Pachakacha is or anything like that, there are those two YouTube tutorials that are on D2L, so feel free to take a look at those. But these were just some questions that were coming up from the other class. So I thought you guys might have similar questions, so I wanted to go over these with you. If you think of anything else, do the best you can to get through it, and then bring it up in class on Friday, and we can discuss it on Friday. Or feel free to email me, and I'll try to get back to you. All right. So these were some of the things that I was seeing a lot of. One was how much of a plot description should I give in the presentation? I would say keep that plot description to a minimum. You notice in my Pachakacha, I didn't really give a ton of information about the plot. Remember, look at it like a movie trailer. The goal is to entice the person to want to read the book. If you give away all the big twists and surprise endings and big moments and all that stuff, they're not going to want to read it because you told them everything. So give them a taste. You might want to tease them that there is a big surprise ending or a big twist, something that they won't see coming, but maybe not tell them what that thing is. So keep the plot description to a minimum. Don't go into all the details. Just give them a taste and then take it from there. The other question that came up is, people were finding quotes or passages that they really liked, but they were longer than 20 seconds, and they couldn't fit it all on one slide. So then what were you supposed to do? Well, I demonstrated that to you in my Pachakacha. So you noticed that passage that I read about Annie Williams being killed, that was actually probably closer to 60 seconds. But what I did is I found images that kind of represented the different parts of the passage. So the first image I showed was a picture of Annie Williams, and that's kind of when I started reading the passage. And the second picture I showed was when she really talks about being locked in that vault and trying to get out, and I showed the picture of the dark room. And then the third image I showed was a kind of a scary, frightening face trying to get out of some situation, because that was kind of the part where Annie maybe started to realize that she probably wasn't going to make it out of that situation alive. So you could do it that way. That allows you to do a longer passage by adding more slides and just images that represent the different parts of the passage. So that's something you could do if you feel like you are encountering that situation. Another question I was getting was, should I write the quotes in the presentation? I would say probably not. I did write a quote on my presentation at the beginning, but I didn't read it to you. It was very short. So I just talked about it, but I didn't actually read it to you. But if you're going to read us a passage from your book, which you do need to do, I recommend you don't put that passage on the presentation, because again, you don't want to totally overwhelm your audience with a lot of information, and it's a race for them to have to read all of this within the 20-second time frame that they have. So I would, again, stick to more pictorial, graphic representations, keep the text to a minimum. Another question I was getting was, do I have to read the quote from the actual book, or can I read it off of a piece of paper? Say my book isn't available, which kind of goes into question 5. Yes, the answer to that question is yes. The answer to that question is no, excuse me. You do not have to read the quote from the actual book if you choose not to. If you want to type the quotes out and have it on a piece of paper, that way you can have it ready. You don't have to waste time flipping through the pages. That would be totally appropriate. So if you just want to type the quote out on a piece of paper, you can do that too. Especially if your book is checked out by another person, that's probably going to be a logical option. If you're also trying to find passages to read, but you don't have a copy of the book right now in your possession, Goodreads.com is a really great place to get quotes from your books, and I can show you that in just a second. And then the last thing, when will I know the date I'm delivering my presentation? Remember, half of you will go on Tuesday, the other half of you will go on Thursday. On Friday, we will draw the order, so you know if you're going on Tuesday or Thursday. Okay. So if you have any other questions besides those, let me know. Shoot me an email. I'll try to get back to you. Otherwise, we'll just talk about them on Friday. Let me show you really quickly Goodreads. Let's see here. So if you go to Goodreads, if you go to goodreads.com, and then up here, you can, I'll just close out all of that. Okay, so this is my Goodreads account right here, but you can just type in the book you're looking for. So say I'm trying to find quotes from Gone Girl. Oops. Okay, it'll pull it up right here. And then if I click on quotes, it gives you all of these passages right here. So you can find, if you don't have a copy of your book, you can find things that you like, and a lot of really popular books, which is a lot of what you guys have. There'll be pages and pages of them. Like Gone Girl, there's like 69 pages worth of quotations that you could pull from that people like. So that's a good resource for you to try to find quotations and passages if your book is already checked out. I'm going to do one more video. So on another screencast, I'm going to show you, go over the scoring guide with you, so you can take a look at that. And if you have any questions about that, you can let me know. So that's the end of this video. So I'll pull up, there should be another one, a third video, where you can check out the scoring guide, and I'll go over the scoring guide with you. Okay? All right. Peace.